Hey, so what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Let's go out into some stores and let's do some hunting. Let's go into Walmart, you know, the normal places like Barnes & Noble. Let's see what we can find. I might even take you into a couple of different spots just to look, just so we can have some fun in this hunt. So what are we waiting for? Let's go.
Jeffman316, your pop culture reporter, invites you on this hunt. What are we waiting for? Let's go.
Yeah, what are we waiting for? Let's go. Yeah, we're going to go into Target or Target. I'm not expecting to find anything, but hey, they had all that clearance. Maybe they restocked. And so they did have a few things over here. They got some basic, what used to be basics. So these are main events now. There's Rey Mysterio. There's a Cena in that set. And then they got the Uncle Howdy. I like that head sculpt. They need a top hat with that, though. I mean, come on now. You can put an accessory with a main event figure. Logan Paul, we saw that last week. That's the only one they got. He comes with a U.S. title belt. What's this on sale? Anything? Just looking at the tags. They got the British Bulldog legend. The Bobby the Brain Heenan legend. I like that. Once they go on clearance, which all the legends usually do. And then one of you guys was telling me that's the AWA title. Sorry, I didn't try to do any research last week, but I thought it was cool. You guys can help me in the comments about this stuff. There's Braun Breaker, and then there's New Day. And nothing else really cool in this. Well, I almost said Walmart, in this Target. And then they got that Piper's Pit set, which is a little expensive, but it's pretty nice. It's got the backdrop and everything in it. Got some metal Star Wars figs. Look like they restocked. Got some Attack of the Clones. Padme. That one's kind of cool. At Darth Maul. I like that. And what else they got? Got the Acolyte, the Stranger. Anything else back there? Ahsoka. I'm not getting all those off the pegs, but either way. And no, I'm not putting them back.
That's Bush. Bush League.
As empty as these shelves are, those are kind of cool. Oh, I was thinking, are they going to make Pixar sets of figures, like bigger ones like that? And then there's an old school 1988 remastered 6-pack of the Turtles. And then nothing really Dino. I don't collect any of that stuff, so let's get around the corner. 20% off when I'm in here at Transformers Toys is really nothing to look at, though. Got one lone DC comic book figure. Got a Venom figure there. I don't know. The proportions of that doesn't look exactly right. What's this? That looks kind of weird. What the hell is that? Hypno? I like that Spider Venom. People are finding the older Masters of the Universe Transformers crossovers on clearance for like $5 and $10, but I'm not going to get into that stuff. I'm trying to pare down toys I don't want and concentrate on physical media, not buy more. What in the hell is this? Wojo? Oh my God. Here's some clearance stuff left. They don't have much, and the prices are not very clearance.
That price is too high.
Yeah, it's too high. Even for clearance. Come on now. Get it down to like Walmart. $1 and $2 for their stuff. And then over here, I just wanted to remind you guys, these cartoons, that Series 7 there, there's a car in there that people are finding that's a variant that is paying like $400 for. It's the truck. It's a green truck, but the variant is that one right there. That green one there, there's a burgundy-ish red version that's the Chase. That the last time I looked was selling $300-400 on eBay. I used to buy a car die-cast every once in a while if it was movie related, but even I haven't bought that lately. So let's go ahead and get out of this section. Look at this. They cleaned out the vinyl. Where's all the vinyl? I know they didn't sell it all.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't know how this machine worked.
Oh, well. And the NECA section, you know, they trimmed down all the NECA shit and then randomly got a bunch of it, and then now it's gone again. This Return of the Living Dead, these little mini mystery figures, I should buy one or two of those and open them on the channel. I got some other stuff I got clearance that I never opened, like mystery stuff that was Christmas related. I guess I could do a video where I put all that shit in there. Hey, you got a few Thundercats figures up there. Sorry if I sound shitty, man. I still got a cold. I can't totally get rid of it. You know, I had the virus in my household, so. And all these little mini mysteries is what everybody has now, but let's go into Walmart. This is an early morning trip. There's like literally nobody here, which is good. You can do a lot of hunting. I was looking, they don't have those blow mold Beavis and Buttheads anymore, but they do have these weird plush bouquets. I don't know exactly who these would be for. Like, I'm sure my wife doesn't want a South Park plush bouquet or a Beavis and Butthead plush bouquet, I guess. I don't know.
And you know this, man?
There's where the blow molds were down there at the other store. They don't have them in here as far as Beavis and Butthead. And maybe that's why they sell so well or for so much money, is because you can't find them in some stores. They got pops, little mini pops, $17 damn. No way. Hello Kitty. That's kids' clothes. I'm just double checking on my way back to the toys and movies. I don't really see anything, so. Let's get, what is it, $50 for this giant octopus? What in the holy hell? Who's going to buy a giant octopus for Valentine's Day? And it's in a pink box with the hearts on it. So their movie section is right beside the toys, so let's hit the movies first. Looks like they cleaned it out pretty good. They do have Big Bold Beautiful Journey, Killing Faith. They've got Tron on Blu-ray left. They do have Black Phone, no 4Ks. This Walmart does usually have 4Ks. I don't know why they don't. They got Together down there. What's over here? Toxic Avenger, F1, Superman, all the leavings. What is this random Rat Patrol complete series? I remember finding a season of Rat Patrol in the Dollar Tree, and a lot of people wanted me to try to find another one for them. So Mission Impossible there didn't have a slip. I don't know what Gabby's Dollhouse is. They lock all their shit up in here other than what's on the front row. Testament Season 1. Bone Lake I finally watched. What'd you guys think of that? Did you see it? Little weird. Nothing out of the ordinary, like overly creative. A lot of DVDs in this Walmart. I don't know what the hell is coming. It sounds like a fucking steam train. And I've got the volume turned down for you guys. It's like a damn locomotive. Shameless just came out on Blu-ray, so you don't really need that DVD set. That's probably why that's being marked down. Big Bang's marked down. Bitten, I remember finding those seasons in the Dollar Tree. Fringe is marked down. Nothing too out of the ordinary here. They don't have the Friday the 13th set. So here's some more stuff that's behind glass. They did get the Final Destination Bloodlines marked down. The DVD's only $10. Blu-ray was $14. The multi-pack set's $25. They do have the Happy Day Valentine's display. I'm a poet and didn't know it. It's got these weird slip covers. I don't know why most of this shit has anything to do with Valentine's Day. Like the Nanny. Happy Day. And then the Art of Animation. I like that. I like that banner up there. So I wonder why there was animation over here. So it's a split display. Nothing we really need. Valentine's, Charlie Brown, Justice League. That's kind of cool. All right, over here they got this statue from Fallout that looked kind of neat. They got Fallout Boy. Some Ben Cooper. Damn, they got a lot of DC stuff. Let's look. Mirror Master. One of you guys wanted me to look for the platinum of that. Elongated Man. That's pretty neat. That's our version of Plastic Man, I guess. Or was Plastic Man in DC? Plastic Man was in DC, right? Dark Archer Platinum Edition. They got that Flash back there that we've seen. Platinum Edition. I don't really like that figure. What else we got? The Flash. Just a regular Flash. And Superman. Rocket Red Brigade. That's a platinum. That's a nice looking figure. I like that. I like that design. What else they got back here? Dark Star, the Riddler. That's some old shit there. Oh man, more DC platinum. Black Hawk. I like that. That's a nice looking figure. Oh, and look at this one. Professor Pig. Holy shit, I like that one. That's like Texas Chainsaw style. A more elongated man, another Black Hawk, and then Marvel statues. Wow, man, stocked up on the damn DC. You know I gotta do it. You know I gotta do it. Yeah, we're rocking in the Walmart, and then Pops are pretty much dead in here. They got too many of them, and nobody's buying them. Nobody's paying $15 fucking for a Pop. One of you guys said you thought Pops would be gone about a year from now. And then on the way out of the section, their Love Hurts is over here on this side of this end cap. I'll give you guys a glance. So those slip covers do look nice. I may have to go back and pick up another one. I might get that. I know Excalibur has a 4K coming out, but I like that cover. 2001 has got a nice cover. Van Helsing. That Godzilla, man. I wish that was the... well, I say I wish that was the Blu-ray. But then I would end up buying it and double dipping. The Scream is nice. So let's get into Barnes & Noble. They still have their Arrow Video 50% off sale. So let's see if they actually did anything to put them out in a better section. And they did. Look, they actually got the little banner here. And one of the main releases is right there in the front. Evil Dead Rise 4K. Nice.
Groovy.
I love the cover, the slip cover of that. But they got Outland, Jason X. They got the Steelbook of Trick or Treat. Texas Chainsaw: The Beginning. I'm not a super fan of that. Spawn. This is a really good movie, A Simple Plan. Spawn again. That's probably the Blu-ray. Dark City Without a Slip. The Andromeda Strain. I don't own that, but I don't know that I really want to get that in 4K. Stuff is really fun movie. Alice, Sweet Alice, Elvira. So they did put most of them over here, and yeah, I dropped Spawn. I dropped something in every video.
We're gonna have to clean that up later.
The Cell, Lost in Space. That's a nice slip. Invasion, a really good version of that movie, and they do have Under Siege. That's going to be your 4K, and there's your Blu-ray. You can tell by the price, even though it didn't have a sticker. And what's on the... yeah, look at that. That's a nice little poster there. I'll put that in the thumbnail. Cruising. There's Elvira with the slipcover. Ringu. Jason X. That right there is not an Arrow title. That one is. Cobra. Riddick. Night Watch is really good. Swordfish. Poseidon is also very underrated. I don't think enough people talk about that. The Long Kiss Goodnight is awesome. I love that movie. The Mask, obviously the one everybody wanted. Red Planet. Conan. Incubus. So we've seen most of that stuff, but that's cool. I'm glad they finally put a section out and pulled them all together. There's their little cheap bin. Popeye, I think, is getting a 4K in 2026. Look at the featured titles. Nothing. Dumbasses. I heard them talking about There was supposed to be some kind of little Valentine's display, but they didn't have enough movies, so they were going to just keep the steelbooks out. Let me know in the comments down below, did your Barnes & Noble get like a little Valentine's section? 40-Year-Old Virgin, Minority Report, Pulp Fiction, The Gray. Even at 20% off, these titles are too high in here. Now, 50% off, that's a good deal when you can get the Arrow stuff. But Ace Ventura is one of the movies on my most disappointing 4K list. Go vote for the Jeffy Awards in the Community tab. Black Phone down there. The Crow, One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest, and Airplane down there. I love Airplane. You know, I always put the clips in here. Airplane's one of the best comedies ever.
Surely you can't be serious.
I am serious. And don't call me Shirley.
Yes, I can be serious. It's awesome. Some people this day and age might not like it, but Texas Chainsaw, that's on the list of best slipcovers you can vote for, and those should be on the worst slipcovers right there, those James Bond ones. Those are so plain. American Pie. They don't make comedies like that anymore. We were talking about that on one of the live streams.
Yeah!
They're too safe now. They don't want to offend anybody.
You can't say midget? God damn it. I never thought we'd lose that one.
Yep, I didn't think we would lose that either. That was me. That was not me. That was Tom Segura. Over here, the TV section. I'm not really going to dig too much into this if I see anything new. I don't think anything's on sale now. That BBC stuff was on sale at one point. Got a lot of pops in here. The kids section, I always skip that. There's never too. They even got the pops lined up over here next to the anime stuff. So they do have a few little anime titles. Look, there's a Steel Books. I'll give it a glance if you guys who like anime want to look at the shelf and pause it. I'll do it. And there's some pops. The big Criterion section. The funny part about it is I heard one of the workers say something about we were supposed to rearrange the Criterions, but we only had one, so I didn't have to rearrange anything. So even they're making fun of their own fucking store for not keeping the Criterions. The A24 section at least is neat. The Conjuring, they got both the steelbook and the slipcover. Some of you guys didn't know, look, if you turn it, that's her face, and then there's his face. If you look at it far away, it's just kind of like the devil's silhouette. There's American Pie with a slipcover. That's a nice looking slip. I almost like the slipcover of that better than the steelbook. The Accountant 2, did you guys see the new Ben Affleck, Matt Damon movie on Netflix? It's not bad. Constantine, I like that slipcover. But the steelbook is on my list that you can vote for best steelbook of the year for the Jeffy Awards. You can still vote when this video is going up.
So they're all done, both sides. Ah, thank you. Yeah, so these are
I'm listening to this guy.
These are all done here.
Yeah, he was talking about rearranging the sections. That was the same guy that was talking about rearranging the Criterions. Lots of Mission Impossible steelbooks. Huh. Just showing you the different ones you can get. 40% off of that one's pretty good. Hey, I think that's fairly new, right? A little pricey for in here. Gone with the Wind. Not too much in this section that I'm seeing new. If anything you guys see, I can come back in here next week. So just let me know in the comments down below if you see anything you want me to check out and look at the cover or the price of. Minority Report with a slipcover. Slapshot old Steelbook still there. September 5th. What is this? Oh, that's the Digipack of 7. One of us, we were talking about Digipacks. Sabrina. Didn't they release the remake of that? Prey is still down there, pretty in pink. The Outsiders. You got a lot of DVDs in this store. Still got Nightmare on Elm Street with a slip. The Steelbook is on the list of my you can vote for the best set of the year. You got The Mule. My Cousin Vinny, very underrated comedy. I know a lot of people like it, but it doesn't get mentioned enough. For $10 for a Blu-ray, I'd get that. That doesn't have a 4K, does it? That Thing You Do is a pretty good movie. That's not bad. Some Kino stuff. I always thought I would find the Kino versions of the Pink Panther movies in here. Let me look again real quick. I forgot they're not all started. Oh, look, they're laying over here. They were getting ready to stock them. Holy shit. I'd mention it, and they appear.
Say his name and he appears.
Yeah, I mentioned Pink Panther, and they appear. They got all 4 of them. And there's a missing one. So if you guys know what the missing title is, but they're only on Blu-ray in here, and they're $14.99. So hey, a surprise stop by the Dollar Tree. Holy shit, yeah, we're in the Dollar Tree. Look at these cool little books they have. Grimm Falls Academy. Don't open the box. Nancy Drew. They still got the Creepers. I always like to tell you guys, those are fun little books, like a basically poor man's Goosebumps. Look at this cool little book section they got in this Dollar Tree. I like it. I miss coming in the fucking Dollar Tree. And then they got an end cap that had some Batman DC comic books on it. So I thought I would show you what they had. They're $1.25, obviously. So pretty neat. So books and comic books is now what you can get in the Dollar Tree.
I'd buy that for $1.
All right, folks, we're going to close out this video, this hunt. I really appreciate you coming along with me. The sky looked really weird going on this day. Weird and beautiful at the same time. So I appreciate the support you guys give me. But let's take a look online and see what else we should have found while you enjoy this beautiful like sunset with my wife and I driving home from work. So what's going on, everybody? We're looking online to see what releases came out January 13th this past week and what we might have seen in stores. So let's get it going with, obviously, there's a bunch of Arrow stuff that came out. We've got Evil Dead Rise, and that is the 4K from Arrow Video. I love that cover. The cover artwork is almost worth the price of admission right there. We got Dante's Peak 4K. I was never a huge fan of that movie. I always liked Volcano better. I don't know why, but either way, I'll probably eventually pick that up. 1408 is one of my favorite movies, so guess whether I'm picking that up. You can finally get the it's easy for me to say, the theatrical cut and the director's cut in 4K in that steelbook that's exclusive to Amazon. One of my favorite family movies of all time is coming out, Babe Pig, and then also the sequel somewhere on here. You'll see Babe Pig in the City, but also one of my favorite franchises, comedy or otherwise, the Pink Panther movies. There's the Pink Panther 4K. You get Bringing Out the Dead in 4K, and I think we've already gotten that before from Paramount Presents, right? A Shot in the Dark, a lot of people are unaware of that movie. It doesn't have Pink Panther in the title, but it's actually the sequel. So that's one of the better entries. I really like that one. Thunderheart, I've never was a huge fan of that movie, so I'll probably wait until there's a sale eventually, and I'll pick that up. Babe Pig in the City, love that movie, love both of those. Pink Panther Strikes Again, a really strong entry in the Pink Panther series. Revenge of the Pink Panther is pretty good too. I don't know what this is, Yee. You have to tell me in the comments down below more about that. Cabin Fever gets a 4K from Lionsgate Limited. That's the lenticular front. I'll show you more about that. Speaking of Lionsgate Limited, Mystery Team, a really mystery of why they picked that one to to release. I don't know why. It's just a weird title. How about getting more 80s shit that isn't on Blu-ray and put it in that Vestron Video Collector Series line? Goodbye Columbus is an older movie that I've never seen, but it sounded interesting. I may end up picking that up. I don't know what that is. Some anime, The Godless Girl. We got a Jimmy Stewart collection. How the West Was Won, Mortal Storm, The Naked Spur, Shop Around the Corner. I've got all those on DVD. I don't know if I need to upgrade those because I rarely ever watch them. So I think I've got the Blu-ray of How the West Was Won, though. There's some more Bleach. There's a Babe Pig in the City double pack if you only want the Blu-ray. Ladder 49 gets a release. There's the Blu-ray for Shot in the Dark. And then there's Robert Taylor collection. You get 4 films there. What's Naked Ambition? Anybody know about that? Put it in the comments down below. There's the Blu-rays of 2 Pink Panther entries. We get Demon Slayer, Assassination Classroom, the complete series. More Pink Panther. Some anime. Put Your Soul on Your Hand and Walk. Never heard of that. What is this? Ganymede? I don't know what that is, but put in the comments down below if you know what that is. Headhunter to Another World. Never heard of that. And then The Sin of Nora Moran, 1933, from Filmmasters. So it's really heavy with catalog releases this week. You get Evil Dead Rise, you get Babe, you get the Pink Panther movies, you get 1408. So let me know in the comments down below of all the stuff that came out January 13th, release week. What did you buy? And other than that, let's go ahead and close out the video. So what's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. I am Jeff Man 316, your pop culture reporter, and it says that on that sign if you can read it back there, because Jeff Man 316 Live is where you guys, all of you and me, we meet up right here usually Sunday nights around 9 p.m. Eastern. We watch along the movie, talk about pop culture, physical media. Like we were going out looking for some stuff in stores this week, saw some physical media, not much. I went into a Dollar Tree, man. I just miss going into the Dollar Tree looking for movies. Now, it's a catch-22 because I do look back at all the shit that I bought over the years. I've got several totes in my basement full of Dollar Tree movies that I haven't even watched, or I've watched them before and they're just there. I don't want to mix all of that shit in with my good quality stuff right now. So it was fun. I probably should have been more selective in what I bought, but when you go into a store and they got 20 new titles and you can get 20, and back then it was only $1.
I'd buy that for $1.
Yeah, I would. I'd buy anything for $1 back then. I got a little more choosy when it went to $1.25, $1.50 there toward the end. But, dude, I've got some footage that I recorded, and I know I've said this before, so don't get pissed when I say it. But I got some footage that I recorded, like, right at the end when they weren't getting in new stock, but they were getting in some repeated stuff, just restocks of the same stuff. And I recorded it, and because it wasn't really anything new and I wasn't buying anything, I never did anything with it. But I was thinking one time I mentioned I would do a reminiscing about Dollar Tree video, and maybe I should do that. And I did some funny stuff back then. I used to rant a lot. I exaggerate a lot about that shit, but I used to complain a couple times. You could see shit in the stores, like in the stock room, and they would tell me they didn't have anything, and I could see the boxes there, and they would have the tags on them that they were for dollar movies, and I used to get so upset that they hadn't put them out yet. Then by the time I would go back in there, all the good stuff was taken. But I did that to a lot of people. I went into stores right when they were getting stock out plenty of times, because I used to go in there at lunch all the time, and I would grab the stuff before anybody else. So I couldn't complain too much, but either way. So maybe you guys want to see that, but if nothing else, I don't have the jacket on. It's laying right behind me. I didn't put it on, but the Jeffy Awards, my gold jacket will come out. The voting is still live when I'm recording this. I'm going to close it out. I'm going to get some videos from all of the friends I have here on YouTube and off of YouTube, and then we're going to compile that thing in the next week or so, and you guys are going to see the 2025 Jeffy Awards. So whether it's the Jeffy Awards or an unboxing or anything else, please do the easy thing and like, comment, subscribe, and share. Do all the normal YouTube stuff. I really appreciate the support you guys give me. Couldn't do this without you. I really like to have fun. I wish I could put more effort into the channel, but my job's pretty stressful, and then I, do stuff with the family a lot. But I do what I can, so hopefully you guys enjoy it. Share the content and get some more eyes on it. And maybe if I do better, I'll start trying to do more on the channel. But I love the ones who support me. Come over to watch the live streams. But look in the description down below for all the ways you can support me other than just liking and commenting and sharing. My Valoria video affiliate link is down there. Use code JeffMan316 at checkout. It'll get you 10% off your first purchase. My eBay store is down there. I sell a lot of my action figure shit and WWE and wrestling figures and stuff to fund my physical media collecting. I've concentrated on that over the last couple years. That's why you don't see as much of that stuff on the channel. My eBay link is down there, and my social media is too, JeffMan316 on Instagram. I talk to a lot of you guys there, so hook up with me on there and we can chat. So until next time, boys and girls, this has been JeffMan316. I'm your pop culture reporter. I'm signing out saying, you guys be safe out there.
You're awesome.
Those are awesome.